Students, we have covered different important aspects in different material equipment and material handling equipments. Now we will be looking at an important aspect, another important concept of transportation planning. So in transportation planning, we will be looking at different techniques, mathematical and analytical techniques for our transportation mechanism. Transportation itself provides the link between production, storage, and consumption. It also adds place value to the community. You know that to a commodity. You know that, and if you remember, for a logistics to work, we focus on two P's. That is the place and time utility. Of course, place and product in terms of P's. And when we say we are looking at the place utility, transportation is an important aspect to be covered for that utility. You need to deliver that product in a timely manner at the right place. So what would be the aspect there? In basic understanding, we know that the right product at the right place in the right quantity to the right customer would go. So transportation is actually an important part. We need to plan this activity, this logistical activity. Let us look at this diagram to understand why we need to plan transportation. Of course, let's say we have a shipper, forwarder, a common carrier, forwarders, and consignees. We can have a direct shipment from the shipper to the consignee. We need a transportation model for it as well. Of course, the objective here would always be to minimize the total transportation cost. Or this would be some indirect shipment as well in terms of like transshipment models. Shipper would be giving it to the forwarder, and the forwarder might directly send it to the consignee. Or shipper will provide the consignment to the forwarder will provide it to the common carrier, and the common carrier can provide it to the, or ship it to the consignee. Or shipper to forwarder to common carrier to forwarder, and that forwarder will provide it to consignee. In a similar way, shipper might directly provide the product or the material to the common carrier, and might not require some forwarder. And that common carrier might directly provide the product to the consignee rather than giving it to the forwarder. So transportation planning can have different modes and links. So what we will be looking at? We will be looking at the types of transportation system. We need to understand the mechanism and concepts behind the transportation cost and why they are important. Of course, the mode selection, the route selection, and freight consolidation, why we need it for transportation. Of course, the overall objective would be to minimize the total cost and industry-related problems as well. Sometimes there are some subjective factors related to the industry which we need to cater in our transportation planning as well. Thank you.